We want to be able to graph the equation y equals the absolute value of x plus 5. We're going to let x equal -3 all the way to +3. And then we're going to find the following y values and then choose the correct graph. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. So again, our question is y, which is equal to the absolute value of x plus 5. Okay. So what we're going to do is plug in the value of x for each particular one. So we know that y is going to equal the absolute value of -3 plus 5. So we know that the absolute value of -3 is 3 because that's the distance to that value of 0. So then 3 plus 5 is going to give us 8. So therefore the first order pair in our problem is going to be -3, 8. Okay. Next, we're going to plug in the value of 2. So we're going to say the absolute value of -2 plus 5. Okay. So the absolute value of -2 is +2. And then plus 5 is going to give us 7. So therefore the order pair is going to be -2, 7. Okay, the next one we're going to say y now is going to equal the absolute value of -1 plus 5. The absolute value of -1 is +1. Plus 5 is going to give you 6. So therefore that's -1, 6. Next we're going to plug in the value of 0. So the absolute value of 0 is 0. And 0 plus 5 is going to give us 0, 5 for our order pair. Next one we're going to plug in the value of 1. The absolute value of 1 is +1. Plus 5 is going to give us 6. So therefore we have 1, 6. Next one we have y, which is equal to the absolute value of 2 plus 5. The absolute value of 2 is 2. And then plus 5 is going to give us 7. So we have 2, 7. And the last one, we're going to plug in the value of 3. So the absolute value of 3 is 3. And then plus 5 is going to give us 8. So therefore, we have 3, 8. So let's make sure we put in here that we had 5 there. So let's go ahead and put in our answers into MyLab. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so the first one that we got was -3 and then 8, so we're going to put in +8. Okay, the next one is -2 and then 7. And we have -1 and then 6. We have 0 and then 5. We have 1 and then 6. We have 2 and then 7. And we have 3 and then 8. Okay, so now we need to check and see which graph that's going to be. Now remember, an absolute value is going to give us a V shape, but now we need to determine what that graph is going to look like. So we're going to go ahead and graph these values. So we have -3, +8. So we're going to move over 3 units, and then we're going to go up 8. So there's -3, 8. Next one is -2 and then +7. Next one is -1 and then +6. Next one is 0 and then +5. And then 1 to the right, up 6. And then to the right 2 and then up 7. And then to the right 3 and then up 8. So therefore, this is what our graph is going to look like. So let's go ahead and check. So that means we're going to start at 0, 5, and so therefore this one's going downward. This one is going up. This one is all the way down at the bottom, and this one is a straight line. So we're going to eliminate C. let's take a look at B. So this goes up. So this is 2, 4, 6 in increments. So that means that this is 2, 4, and there's 0, 5 right there. And that looks like our graph. So let's go ahead and select B, check our answer, and there is our result.